Hello. I didn't really want to edit this video or anything, so I'm just gonna spend a bit of time talking about Supergirl because even though I'm not really a YouTuber or anything, I just had to talk about this movie from a normie perspective for a few minutes. I I really wanted to like this movie, but even from a normie perspective, I hated. This just was a terrible movie. Uh, the story was just so basic. I just hate. The story was just so basic. I couldn't help but just groan at most of it. Like, here's spoilers in 3, 2, 1. I'm sure you already know that it was about a 3-day mission to go save crypto, and uh and you know what, screw it. I don't care how much I'm freezing, I'm just gonna keep it in. uh for most of the movie, it just wasn't fun, and that's the biggest sin that I didn't like. That's the biggest sin that I hated about this movie. It just was so boring. It had a Lobo, but it didn't have any of the R rating that you could have actually used with it. Along with the fact that Kara was just a shitty protagonist. I wanted to like her, and I felt like what the actress went through, or the actress was a bit overhated, but there was no reason to like her. I mean, she brought crypto to a planet where you lose most of your powers. How could you be so irresponsible with that when he's just a normal dog and he's with and you're on a planet filled with a whole bunch of criminals? Along with the fact that Ruthie just was a shitty just was a shitty side protagonist. Like, all we just know about her was just that, oh, Krem killed her family, and that was it. You know, at the end of the movie, I'm gonna be jumping around a lot here. You know, if you, I don't care. You know, at the end of the movie, just when Kara was saying to her, "Please don't kill Krem. You know, you're Ruthie of the house, whatever." Uh, like, all we just saw was one scene that wasn't in the movie, and the rest was just a flashback to the beginning. We gave no reason to care about her, and we know nothing about her. Along with the fact that why the frick does her family build swords in a, in a galaxy that uses mostly guns to begin with? Unless they actually explained, which they didn't, that their planet is one that has a rare ore, and if they just said that her family was famous for making bullets or weapons out of anything, then that could have made sense as to why they were targeted. But if he just makes swords, then why the hell does that matter? I mean, it just, the story was just so bare basic, along with the fact that it was just such a waste of money, that they wasted so many costumes and aliens that we'll never see again, that you could have funneled towards actually making interesting species that we could have saw before, that we could have seen. I mean, seriously, you could have saved money by just making most planets they visited, either they had sinestro species or a species from the Green Lanterns with that elf girl that just had the pointy ears. I mean, there were so many ways they could have saved money, along with the fact, why the hell was Seth Rogen in this for just five freaking minutes, you know? If I was an auditor for this movie, I would have just said, why is he here? You know? He probably made like, who knows how much, probably in the millions for 5 minutes, which could have gone towards bettering their effects or adding species that could have actually been used. I mean, for God's sakes, they could have added like a Yellow Lantern or a Red Lantern Corps member on any of the planets they visited just as a background character. Like, I know that wouldn't have made much sense, but most comic people, including myself, would have crapped themselves in, like, oh my god, that's Arkillo, or something like that. In excitement, you know? Sure, most normies wouldn't have gotten it, but that leaves the foundation for something more exciting, or something more to look forward to. But they're starting over again with the Green Lanterns for a crappy TV show on Earth. Like, where the hell is all this budget going that the second movie out of your gate, you waste it on alien species that look like they were just from Star Wars or something like that. The thing I hated the most was obviously the way the actor portrayed Krem was just terrible. I never read the Woman of Tomorrow comic, but even if I didn't, he was just a crappy villain, along with the fact that it pissed me off so much that it seems like Kara being a Kryptonian was common knowledge, when Kryptonians are supposed to be a rare species. That some frickin' space pirate isn't supposed to know about the fact that, she's a Kryptonian. Who knows how many species can fly, or at least have super strength or something like that. Like, what really pissed me off was him having 5 arrows of kryptonite. Like, kryptonite is supposed to be billions of dollars. It is supposed to be worth billions of dollars. It's supposed to be rare upon the rarities, and yet this dude, without even knowing for most of the movie she was a Kryptonian, he couldn't have known. All he just knew that this girl had super speed, or, well, super strength and could fly. I'm freezing right here. All he just knew that he had super strength and he could fly. And yet he somehow managed to have 5 arrows worth of kryptonite on him. Like, the other thing that really annoyed me was at the bus, when Ruthie and Kara were on the bus stop, in the bus in space, and there were space pirates. Like, where the heck were the Green Lanterns? For 2 things. One, for space tech scavengers, whatever they were called, and Krem. Where the hell were the Green Lanterns? You would think ravaging gang of space pirates would have alerted the Green Lantern of their sector that something would have been off. Something would have been a problem that they should have investigated. And that should have been what the movie... And that should have been what the movie should have been about. Where... I know I'm jumping all over the place. I'm sorry. I'm just keeping... I'm just going. I'm just going to keep going. That... It annoyed me where all they just made Superman was just a dork. Not even like a lovable dork, just someone who leaves things alone, who's weak. That he wouldn't just call Kara and just leave it be if he knew someone was suffering. He wouldn't just leave that alone. It's like, no, you're clearly in a bad spot right now, and I'm not just gonna leave you be to self-destruct. Like, it should have been, you know, at least the movie should have partially been about her exploring the galaxy with heroes, or him just saying, I want you to go to 5 planets and just come back to Earth and tell me what you find. Or, if Kara was on a red sun and he couldn't get to her, he would call a Green Lantern or a spacefaring hero to say, like, they would tell Kara, like, do you really think your cousin is so stupid he doesn't see when you're suffering? Do you really think he would leave you alone to self-destruct? It's like, come on. I'm going to help you. And it didn't have to be like a partner movie, but just have a Green Lantern, have Hal Jordan or someone just show her the galaxy. That it's like, I get you're in a bad spot. I get you lost your planet. But look at all around the galaxy. You are not the only person that's suffering here. The only difference is you have something to do about it. You have a reason to help save people. It doesn't have to be that you don't have to kill yourself saving people, but you have the opportunity to help people, to grow that, so they don't have to face what you faced in your home planet. But all you're just doing is drinking yourself to oblivion. You know? And that could have been what the movie was about. A journey of self-exploration and a reason for her to be a hero. Have her see different species. Have her encounter different aliens like Mongol, or go to Apocalypse, or anything that in the DC Comics cosmology. Like, sure, people are always going to complain that there's too many characters, but this is a way to make it fun, make it interesting, so people have a reason to keep coming back. You know, like I said before, I wanted to like this movie. It was just, most of the jokes fell flat, and all of the characters were just boring. Like I was saying, instead of Lobo, you could have had a Green Lantern, or, I don't know, a new god show up or something. That show this universe is actually lived in, instead of it just being a crappy road trip full of species we aren't going to see again. Alright, yeah. I think I got most of it out. I mean, I'm hoping the Lanterns show is good, I really do, but I'm not having high hopes. That I liked Superman, and I excused Jor-El being a Viltrumite, basically, as part of the story. But if they're going to keep bringing it up, it just makes me not like it even more. Like, I hope the next movie does well, but they need to choose just one way to go. If you're gonna do obscure characters, then this movie should have been about actually exploring the obscure planets. Give people a reason to be curious. Like, I'm not gonna say they should release a Batman or Wonder Woman movie, but at least make it something interesting. Like, I don't know. They should have tried Green Lantern again. Or, if there's Constantine, like, I sincerely hope it's not Keanu Reeves. It's like either Matt Ryan or somebody else. Just something fun and interesting, because that doesn't feel like what's coming up. Alright. I don't really know if I'll post another video, and I know this one wasn't really good, but if I see another movie that I want to talk about, I hope whoever listens comes back. Thanks. Bye.